Hey, I've got a tutorial for my last trick, and I thought it was one of the best tricks around because when I first saw it, I go, how did that work? But there is a little bit of a setup, so let's see how it works. Here we go. All right, so this is the setup. So you have the clubs and the hearts alternating. Doesn't matter what order they're in, it's all going to come out as royal flushes. And then you have the spades and the diamonds. Oops, not alternating. So if it's not alternating, it won't work. So I'm glad I caught that little mistake. So now you see again, diamond, 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 alternating in spades, and then clubs and hearts, okay? So that's the setup for the card trick, and it looks great when it's in the full deck. So I take it like this, and then what I do is I take three cards actually, and put them on top, and then 3 cards on the bottom. So I want to make 26 even. Actually, excuse me. The 26th card is this card right here. Just notice this little bend. Well, that's going to help me get to the middle of the deck so that I don't lose my stack. But again, here's what it looks like. So again, diamonds, spades, then clubs and hearts. So it still right here even looks pretty good. And then my bent 3 right here, okay? And then these, of course, are just random cards. Okay? It doesn't matter. All right, so you put the cards like this. The bent corner right here, you can see it, so that's going to help me find it. I go back in this corner. Okay, so now when I set it up like this, you can't see it. But from this side, you can see the little break, okay? But from the front, you can't see it. So that's how I make sure I get my stack, because I don't want to lose that stack by picking too many cards, okay? So then you just go, okay, now I want to shuffle some cards, and I just pick it up right at the break. Of course, you can't do it right now. I'm trying too slow. Okay, just go. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle some cards, and obviously it takes me right to that card. And then if you don't practice that a few times, because if you don't do it right the first time, it's not going to look so well. And then you can give it a shuffle. And we want to really mix these up. But they're going to stay in that order at least, okay? So then when I turn them over, show you quickly that there's nothing going on in this deck. And you can see this bend, but most people aren't going to notice that, I don't think. You could even touch it if you wanted to, but now you see a queen of diamonds, hearts, diamonds, spades, diamond, spades, diamond, spades, diamonds, spades, and it alternates all the way through, okay? And then obviously on this side we have clubs and hearts, and they stay in the same exact order, but it looks great right now, okay? So then I go, all right, I'm gonna change it up, and then what I do is I just go through and get all the face cards, and the tens and aces. So this is the hardest part, I think, is pulling these off. But you'll see how we've split them up pretty nicely, so it doesn't look like anything's going on, no setup. Even though there's a huge setup, just make sure you grab them all and keep them in order, because if you don't keep them in order, the trick will not come out like it's supposed to, okay? And it's nice when you have one at the end like that, okay? Then you pull them off, like that, turn it over, and just get rid of these cards. Okay, and then you can even flip it over like this, and it still looks great. It just looks like a random bunch of tens, aces, and face cards, okay? Don't show it too long, though. Again, just a quick glance, and that's all they get, okay? I don't want them studying that they can see there's clubs and diamonds at one end or hearts and spades at the other end, something like that. We don't want that, okay? So now I go, I want to make sure we have all 20 cards. Well, I don't say 20, but I say I want to make sure we have all the cards we need. So I'm going to put them in the piles. And what we're doing now is putting them exactly in their fives so that when the trick ends, they'll all be in their perfect royal flushes, okay? Again, the idea is just to say, I just want to count the cards, and I even want to mix them up a little bit more. But now they're in perfect order. So now you can do a little bit of magic, or snap your fingers, or whoosh. But let me turn it over and you'll see they are now in perfect order. So now all you have to do is just go, all right, so I'm just going to take some random cards off. Try not to show them like this. You don't want to give it away too early. I think on the last pile I kind of did show it a little bit. But, we've made a complete mess, but we've got 4 packs of 5. Let's see what we can come up with. And then, of course, wow, this is amazing. We came up with a royal flush, another royal flush, another royal flush, and finally, would you believe me if I said we have 4 royal flushes. And again, they're not in order, but that doesn't matter. So I hope you liked this tutorial. Go back and watch the trick. Thanks for your support and have a great day.